Good evening, Matthews Broadcast family. This is Stan Matthews here in the Matthews Broadcast. One more night for empowerment broadcasting, enrichment broadcasting. We only have one agenda, and that is to empower and enrich our audience. How do we do that? We are the voice of urban New Jersey's business owners, urban New Jersey's business professionals, and urban New Jersey's consumers. And we look to bring those groups together in a supportive relationship with one another. When urban New Jersey's business owners and professionals do business with urban New Jersey's consumers, dollars circulate in local communities, and that makes for a better community for everyone. And that is what the Matthews broadcast enables us to do as a community. And that is what we really have a great time doing every week here on GEMS Radio on 91.7 FM. And we are streaming live on Facebook and also streaming at www.gemsradio.net. We have a great show in store for you. Two entrepreneurs that I know very well are in the studio with us. My co-host Lisa Thompson is also here, as is my image doctor, Mr. Cornelius Hill, taking one more shot. Wasn't there a disco record out years ago called "One More Shot"? Like you'd hear some broken glass,
Yeah.
and the chorus. And Harry remembers that song. One more
I'm too young.
shot.
I'm too young.
That's right. It was Lisa and the Cult Jam.
Oh, that's it.
Lisa and the Cult Jam. So we say welcome to you. We're glad to be here in the studios of GEMS Radio. And as we do every broadcast, we remind you of certain things that we think are going to be helpful to your life, helpful to the life of our community, and beneficial to all of us. First is that we ask everyone to remember that you're a world changer. But nothing changes until you change it first. You've got to use those God-given gifts to make changes in our community. No one is coming to save us. We've got to be our own superheroes. There's no cavalry coming to Roselle or to Newark or to Patterson or to Jersey City. We are the cavalry, and so we've got to do something. So you are world changers, and nothing changes until you change it. I want to thank several of our fans that are in our international audience. Given that the internet reaches all corners of the globe, I want to say hi to my cousin Phaedra Andrews, who is the Chief Financial Officer of Amazon UK, right there in London, England, running the Amazon operation for the Amazon company. I don't know exactly what Amazon doesn't do. Now they got drones, Harry.
Wow.
They got music. They got the Fire Stick, which is, I think, a TV thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, Faye, you keep counting those pennies for Mr. Bezos. He's doing quite well. I hear Amazon now is going to be launching a rocket so that you can do moon travel with Amazon if you want. Wow. Also, my cousin Audrey Pereira. Audrey right down there in the Cayman Islands. I know it's nice and warm, Audrey. And so I know you always tune in every Monday, so I have to say hello to my cousin. Simpson Da Silva, my friend Simpson, in my home country of Guyana, South America, the only English-speaking country in all of South America. Mr. Simpson, always sending up fish. International Fish Cooperative, they send fish from Guyana, kingfish, tilapia, and all other kinds of fish. Every single day they send it on ice to New York, to Miami, all places where people from the Caribbean, big time, Brooklyn, they send boxes and boxes of fish from right there in Guyana from a fishery that they created. Harvetta Fax, my big sister in Baltimore, Maryland. My friend Greg Riley went to Seton Hall Prep High School together. Greg, I know that you're down there in Hotlanta, and you're always tuned in, so good night, Greg. My cousin Pinky, Pinky Andrews, right there in Hampton, Virginia, where my daughter graduated. So I want to say hi to the Matthews broadcast audience far and wide. Certainly want to say hi to all of you who are local. You inspire us to do better all the time, and we are glad for your support. We remind our audience each night also, and Maya Angelou, our poet laureate, who reminded all of us to make sure that we try to help each other feel important, make each other feel a sense of self-worth. Lindsay, Maya taught us that people will forget what you said, people might forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Mm-hmm. So we ask all of you in the audience, focus on making someone feel the way you would want to feel at all times. Finally, we need to have more wealth in our communities. Remember, folks, money can't solve all of our problems, but it can solve our money problem. Got to catch up to you. Money can't solve all of our problems, but it can solve our money problem.
All the money problems.
The challenge of the 21st century, in my opinion, and beyond, is the imperative for black and brown wealth. There are far too much money concentrated in the hands, for lack of a better word, of the white world. And so we cannot sustain this current relationship where there are 7.5 billion people on the planet, 8% of whom are so-called whites, with 92% of all the wealth. That is not a sustainable reality. There are far too many people of color in all corners of this globe. 900 million in India, 3.5 billion, 2.5 billion in China, 1.2 billion on the continent of Africa and the African diaspora living in poverty all over the globe. 72% of the world's population sustains itself on less than $1 a day. This is not a sustainable relationship. Why is there terrorism? Why is there crime? Why is there dealing in illicit drugs in every corner of the globe? You have young killers on every corner of the globe, 14 and 15-year-old kids with weapons in their hands killing, because there is not a sustainable economic environment. Far too many people get by on nothing, and so they will do anything to eat. Anything. Chop off limbs, become child soldiers at 7 and 8 years old. They will do anything just to eat. So we've got to have wealth in our community so we can invest in quality communities of our own, quality housing, quality education, healthy food, so that we can be men and our women can be full women and our children can get a great education. And there is more than enough to go around. We have individuals on the planet today that have so much wealth that their children's children could not spend all of it in 3 lifetimes. That is an unsustainable reality, and so we are looking to create ways in which urban wealth is built by people living in urban communities. As my favorite author, James Baldwin, once said, the world has become a ghetto. With
the whole wide world.
With a few tiny islands of wealth overseeing all of it. The world has become a ghetto. James Baldwin, when he traveled in France for the first time, Baldwin said that he never thought that he would see anything as terrible as Harlem. But when he got into France, he saw communities that looked just like Harlem, just as impoverished, right there in France. So that's where Baldwin wrote The Fire Next Time. And in writing The Fire Next Time, he said the world has become a ghetto. You know, Western London, ghetto.
Yeah.
Brazil, ghetto. Paris, Eastern Paris, ghetto. Well, what is going on? Why is there so little wealth in communities of color? But we're going to turn that around because Harry Wyatt has the answer.
That's right.
I don't know about the answer. I have something to say.
I want you to turn around so I can be a full woman.
But finally, you know, we are not truly wealthy until we acquire those things. Lindsay knows about this, the fruit of the Spirit.
Yes.
While we need tangible wealth, we also need honor, respect, love, those fruit of the Spirit that are talked about in Scripture, that are things money can buy. Those are earned in terms of real relationship. I just want to leave this humorous thought on this wealth subject. My grandfather told me things were so bad, Harry, when he was coming up in Georgetown, Guyana. One day, he woke up in the middle of the night. His wife said, "I heard something, Benjamin. We all called him Benji. My grandfather got up and he said there was a robber in the house, and he said to the robber, "What are you looking for?" The robber said, "I'm looking for money." So my grandfather said, "Okay, I'll help you look."
While you're here.
My grandfather said, "We'll find something together." That's how bad it was. Tell Rod that Jerry's downstairs, the door's locked. So somehow, but I see the beloved community that Dr. King dreamed about, the just society that Malcolm said that he would work to bring into existence by any means necessary. We see that beloved community. We see that just society coming into view. But as I said in the opening, we all have a role in making that happen.
That's right.
There are no people on white horses with white capes that are going to come down from some mountain and do this for us. We must do this for ourselves. In fact, I think people with power have more respect for you. There's Jerry. Have more respect for you when you do things for yourself. And the mantra in this generation, this millennial time, this 21st century, will not be "we shall overcome." That was the song for the 20th century. The song for the 21st century, as far as I'm concerned, with all due respect, is DJ Khaled. All we do is win. Win. We need a song that the millennials can identify with. The expectations that have been set by the presidency of Barack Obama will not be turned back.
That's right.
And we will go forward. In terms of news that I just want to mention today, we are in the day before Valentine's Day, the day of love, and I want everybody to make sure all you guys, it's kind of cold outside to be in the doghouse. Go get your roses. I got mine. I got mine today. Put them in the house so that I can sleep in my own bed. So listen, fellas, make sure you handle your business. We are helping with the Celebrate the Love campaign, which is a campaign that Rose's Petals, owned by Carolyn and Mr. Joe at 640 Broadway in Patterson. We have stood with over 40 men who have made it their business to make a commitment to support Rose's Petals. So guys, go over there and celebrate the love tomorrow. Also,
what's the address?
640 Broadway in Patterson. We also have a sister store, Maxine's Florist, and they are in East Orange, New Jersey. They're at 160 Clinton Avenue. My good friend Maxine Brown is over there. So we are covered both in East Orange, in the Oranges, and also in the North Jersey area for Valentine's Day. Want to give a round of applause to LeBron James, my favorite basketball player and one of my favorite athletes. LeBron has just committed to giving $50 million in scholarships to kids from Cleveland.
Wow.
And LeBron is saying that he will, on an annual basis, give $51 million scholarships. So long as you keep a B+ average and keep going, he will take you all the way from private high school to your doctorate. So, you know, what can you say? You know, you can hate him on the basketball court, but not like what he does. But the brother is just made a massive stance.
That's amazing.
In terms of his commitment to our community. And also Sister Oprah Winfrey, Morehouse Scholarships. She has a scholarship called the Sons of Oprah. If you get into Morehouse College after your first year, if you have a B+ or higher, Oprah will pay for everything. So, you know, I want to be a son of Oprah. We're going to give it to Harry's son.
That's wonderful.
Sunman Energy, solar company, Brother Donnell Smith, Brother Garfield, and Brother Toomba and Mallory Earl, our good friend here, and Mr. Otis Brown, Cool Otis. This is the Curtis Mayfield of 2017. Diamond in the back, sunroof down.
Living in the scene with the gangster lean.
Gangster lean. I was waiting for you. Brother Otis, I know you're listening. So we want we want to celebrate Sunmint Energy. They're doing a $50,000 fundraising campaign. Their launch party is on the 24th of February. We look forward to joining with them to make that a success. So we're going to jump right into it. We've got my great friend Harry Wyatt and my great friend Lindsay Tynes in studio with us. And I'm going to turn it over to my co-host, the one and only Hat Lady. Wearing a chapeau straight from...
She wears many hats.
That's right. She wears many hats.
Sharp.
You know, straight from classic Southern church.
Amen.
Front row,
Sister
front
Lisa,
row.
front row. You know, I don't know if we're gonna hear some gospel music and start running around the studio. But Lisa, why don't you go ahead and fire away?
All right. That'll be all right because I take my fire with me everywhere.
All
I
right. There we go.
Watch out.
I always come prepared to praise,
All
so
right.
it's no trouble. All right, so Brother Wyatt, we will start with you.
Okay.
Can you please tell me what is the name of your business?
The name of my business is Printwell LLC.
Mm-hmm. All right, and where are you located?
We're located at 125 East 2nd Avenue in Roselle, New Jersey, which is about a block in roads from the main street of Chestnut, just on the opposite side of where the Borough Hall is.
Very good. And what is the unique difference that you bring to the community? How is your business unique and different?
Well, basically what we do, of course, is custom apparel. So we do custom printing, T-shirts, hats, those types of things, which we find is pretty well in demand. And I think what we bring that makes it most unique is our way to actually contact our customer. Most people come when they need this kind of service, and they have an awful lot of questions. Problem is you usually don't get an opportunity to address them because of the busyness of some lifestyles, or maybe you're doing it online or what have you. So what makes it most unique for us is that we're able to cater to people, answer those questions, and our whole goal is to kind of empower our customers more so.
Amen.
When we actually do the actual process and we complete that, I want to be behind the scenes. If you have a project and you have your family reunion, I'm not going to be at that family reunion. It's up to you to bring everything. So I want to empower you to be the hero of your family. So when you come with all of those boxes, they may not know Printwell, but of course someone's going to ask the question, where'd you get it from? I don't mind being in the background. I just want to be the person who addresses those questions, those concerns, and we can bring the quality that you're looking for.
Very good. So are you doing any specials for this season?
Well, we're about to hit the spring season, which is really the initial phase for us in the printing. So what we generally do is when you come in, if you come in, of course, when you mentioned 91.7, I have a feeling.
Thank you, Harry.
I have a feeling that a 10% discount will probably be crossing your path when you come through our doors.
Very good.
Harry, you sound like you've done some radio before, man.
Oh, yeah,
Harry's
he's
got
so
this.
sick.
Harry got that fair Harry Crocker. Is he passing you?
I'm a Frankie Crocker protege.
I'll
Back
take
That's the one.
There I go, there I go, there I go.
There it is.
Wow.
Did you give us your email? I mean, your website or anything?
Sure. Our website is weprintwell.com. Not named after the business, of course. You can find us on our same Twitter handle. We are Printwell in regards to Facebook. And as I said, weprintwell.com. You can contact us directly at 908-445-4947. Or you can email me personally at hwyatt@weprintwell.com.
Okay, very good. Very good. All right,
Hey.
Lindsay, it's
Yes,
your turn.
that's right.
Okay, so what's the name of your business or your organization?
Well, my business is Melody Smith. And the thing is about it is that it's I just try to make it unique by giving it the name Melody Smith. I like to play melodies on the keyboard, and I like to pound those things out.
Nice.
So a Smith is someone who beats things back into order. And so I like
Perfects
to
and refines.
right, and refine. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, very good. So what's very different about your organization? What's unique that you offer in your business?
A lot of the music that I write, it's meant to encourage, and it's meant to wake people up, get their minds on what they should be thinking about to make the world a better place.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do we contact you?
Well, I have a phone number on my CDs that I'm selling. It's 973-861-4423. 973-861-4423.
What's the name of your CD and how much? And can I
It's
get
called
one?
Legends. Yeah. You can get one. I have one with me tonight.
Okay, it's called Legends.
Legends,
Okay.
yeah, and it has a lot of different. It has some songs on that the Lord gave me. So,
And what's your price point?
$10 for the
Oh,
CD.
okay.
Yeah,
I can handle that.
yeah,
That sounds good.
yep.
Okay.
Well, you're not gonna come on here and claim you have a good voice unless you can give us a few bars.
Give us a sample.
The
Harry
proof
can
is
do
in
a
the
little
pudding, right?
background for you. But take a deep breath and give us a little something. All right, audience, here it comes.
Jehovah Jireh, my provider, you are more than enough for me. Jehovah Rapha, you're my healer, and by your stripes I have been set free. Jehovah Shammah, you are with me, and you supply all my needs. You are more than enough. You are more than enough. You are more than enough for me.
Beautiful.
Man.
You know, there's somebody downstairs trying to get in. Said you sound so beautiful. They want to come in right now.
Matthews broadcast audience. Get this CD. What is the CD
Beautiful.
called?
That's not on the CD. That's on the next CD.
That's on the next CD.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see that the classics never go out of style.
Yeah.
And you hit the classics, everything else falls in place.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
know, good taste never goes out. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the
Tell them
opportunity.
to come on in so we can get the UBA announcements up. And so, Harry,
I'm on my lane, and that's not it.
a drum roll, please. We have just been joined by Chairman Mr. Jerry Moultrie, the gods of the building, locked Brother Jerry out
Right
We
now.
got him in here. So you heard
Right.
Lindsay sing?
Yeah.
Glory to God. Glory to God.
So, Brother Harry, you know, Mr. Moultrie,
Indeed.
Super Jerry, indeed, and Lindsay. I think you've met Jerry.
Yeah,
once
we shared a
before.
meal together, right?
Yep.
And Jerry
Yeah.
is here to share with us, as he's always here on the second segment on Monday, to share with us all the things that are going on in the Urban Business Association. UBA is an organization dedicated to causing dollars to circulate in our communities. One of my rants earlier, as you guys have heard, is there's far too many people without anything, and far too few with everything. And so UBA is an organization that's dedicated to helping us to unify and to circulate dollars in our own community. One of the great things about UBA that I like is that, you know, a mentor of mine said, if you don't measure success, you won't have success to measure. So we actually have meetings, one which will occur right after this broadcast at 8:30 at the Patterson IHOP for Northern Jersey. You guys are certainly invited with Jerry and I. And what we do is we share referrals with each other. There will be about 15 to 20 other business owners waiting for us when we get there to share referrals with each other so that we can do business. The current Celebrate the Love campaign, we asked 40 men to support Roses Petals florist at 640 Broadway in Patterson. And I'm proud to say that the first day we posted on Facebook that we wanted 40 men to step up. We had 49 men respond back to the text. Now, what that says is that we want to do this with each other. And this is something that Jerry always reminds us. People always talk about that they want to do it.
Yeah.
But when we put out the call, it happened. And so tomorrow, Jerry and others, Lindsay, Cornelius for his wife, I handle my business with Lisa earlier today. She's very happy with her arrangement. And what we've done is we've given that business a nice shot in the arm. Here's the interesting thing, Harry. When I went by there today, Jerry, it was standing room only in there. Cornelius will be with me from 3:30 to 5:30 tomorrow, taking pictures of the men coming to get their arrangements. Here's the thing. We only know about the men that we know about.
Right.
We don't know about the ones who Cornelius, if you said something to two people, if Lindsay, you said something to your pastor. So what we've done is we created a positive circumstance for Carolyn and Mr. Joe. They've been there for 29 years. Wow. And we're glad to do it. But that is an example of what unity can produce. Not just about UBA. It's about anybody that's unified, but UBA is an example of somebody who is unified. So I'm going to turn it over to you here, Jerry, for any announcements that you'd like to share or any questions you'd like to ask these two fellas.
Okay, well, first of all, just as you mentioned, we're having our meeting tonight. We also have one tomorrow night in Roselle at 125 East 2nd Avenue after the show again. And we also have a networking event on the 24th, and that will be at Roselle Health as well at 125 East 2nd Avenue. So we're really getting some momentum here, and Stan's talked about the Flores. We have another guy that owns a cleaners that's been doing really well as a result of the people in this organization. We have a young man that does handyman work, construction type work, and he's been busy because of the organization. He does great work, and
yes, he does.
That's the key to this organization is if you're going to be a part of it and you're going to get business, you really got to do good quality work. And if you don't, we will stop promoting you, quite frankly, because we can't afford to have people doing bad business. As Stan said, everybody talks about it and says, "Oh, I want to buy from my people." But nobody was doing it. And Keith and myself just said, let's just make it happen. And we went forward. And it's really working out really nice now. It's growing. And we're really happy about that.
Well, it's the blessing is the hard work.
Yes.
And the hard work is paying off on many, many different fronts. I see a day coming where, there's going to be enough business being circulated where people will see their UBA membership as the primary investment that they need to make in marketing. Wow. And all you need to do is come, be present, be positive, bring a referral, and bring a guest, and it will ensure our success. That's the 4 basic rules that we have. Be present, be positive, bring a referral, and a guest to ensure our collective success. It's that simple. I was invited a couple of years ago to the Korean Merchants Association of Brooklyn, Harry. And in a room, there was 108 Korean merchants. All of them own these merchant shops that sell us the foods, the salads, what have you. And that was their induction ceremony. They had 10 Koreans who were in the room, and 108 guys, including the president of the chapter, each walked up and gave those 10 guys an envelope with $10,000 in it. So I asked Joe Kim, why were they giving these men this money? And they said they had selected locations. They were going to open up their own merchant grocery store, and the other 108 members would give them the capital. So that means that you got $100,000 in that room to start off with. So I said, well, how do you know these guys are going to be faithful to the group? And they said, because we never have had a problem, because not only do we bless them, but we could shut them down anytime we want them because they got the capital.
They support their own to do so.
Think about that. 108 people with an envelope for $10,000. I think you'd get off to a pretty good start.
Without a bank application.
Without a bank application.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I see Pastor Angelo McCutcheon in the house of my faithful credit associates. We're not going to go over overtime. We are going to respect Brother McCutcheon. So Jerry, unless there's anything else you want to share.
That's it for me.
All right, so we're going to head up to the IHOP in Patterson. Anyone within the sound of my voice, if you'd like to be there, we'd be glad to have you. And as we do every time we close in Matthew's broadcast, we remind you there are two types of people in the world, dreamers like you and dream killers. We ask you to embrace the first and run like heck from the second. So good night. And God bless. Thank you to Brother Wyatt for being here. It's the first time. I know it won't be the last. We're going to make sure we push Print Well as hard as we can, as fast as we can, because you deserve it.
I appreciate
and
that.
Brother Lindsay, the next time we're going to make you pay for the solo. Just like that. So Image Doctor, my co-host Lisa, and all of those in the audience, we thank you so much for your support and your faithfulness and your encouragement as we go forward. This is Stan Matthews in the Matthews Broadcast, Empowerment and Enrichment Broadcasting. We are the voice of urban New Jersey's business owners, professionals, and consumers. And we're working like heck to bring those three together so that we make our community a wealthier, more wonderful place. Good night. God bless.
All right.